It's mostly straight.
I think I threw it wrong. I mean, it's smooth. It's flat.
You're right. You're right. Nothing's wrong with it. You threw it wrong.
You know what? I'll remember. I know where you live.
Do you trust my welding to hold you?
No. I do. Try it.
All right. You voluntold.
As long as you're not pointing it directly at you, I'd say you're fine. Actually, it's really good, but it's not
touch.
Yeah. And you can go at it like the angle that you saw me going at it. Not bad. Smaller circles, a little bit more focused.
My aim good?
Yeah. My
Bang.
camera didn't do anything to you.
Bang! Bang! I need tactical glasses. Yeah, now it's cooler. Bang!
All right, our last welding video, Layla. Sorry.
What are you doing? Are you in view?
Yeah, now.
Oh, okay.
All right, our last welding video got quite a few questions, so we're gonna take some time and answer those. So a lot of people were wondering what brand of IPG laser this is.
What brand of IPG laser? Well,
in case you forgot.
It's IPG Laser. We actually have two welders. This is the LightWeld 1500, which was the first machine we received. And then over here we have the XR, which also has a cleaning function for it as well. And we like that. It cleans things up.
People were curious about the pacification, so using the anodized.
Pacification is another word for cleaning things up.
All right, people were wondering what kind of metals you can do and what thicknesses.
I can do heavy metal. Oh, not music. We have done mostly aluminum. We've done a lot of stainless steel. We are actually preparing to try it out with brass and copper. Let's look at the sheet. The sheet gives us programs that we can plug in for stainless steel, mild steel, aluminum. It says galvanized. We haven't tried that one yet. I need to study more before we do. I hear that there's some hazardous risks to galvanized. So yeah, we'll play with that on a different day. And then a different grade of aluminum. So those are the ones we have. We have done some dissimilar metals, mostly aluminum to stainless steel, and it actually held pretty well. But all the copper and the brass, we're going to play with that in another video.
Another question was about what kind of protection do we need? You got some heat about not having gloves, and I'm probably going to get some heat about not having gloves. So
yeah, technically, where's the welding helmet? They do give us the proper equipment as if you were welding. If you're doing a lot of welding, yes, the face mask would be required, and it's not from the heat of the laser itself. It is actually the material getting hot, and it's kind of giving you a radiant burn from the material, but not the laser itself. We do have special UV glasses that go with that, and quite often this is all you will need. The laser is so fine that when you're welding, you can pretty much instantly touch the metal. We don't suggest it. Aluminum at least. Stainless steel, give it some time, because again, that metal gets really hot and it retains the heat. So we do find that wearing the gloves actually is a little bit harder in order to be able to, because there's two triggers on here. That's the gas and to get it ready, and then there's the trigger. From the manufacturer, technically this has to be touching the material, but our aluminum is anodized, meaning it has a non-conductive layer over the top of the actual aluminum. And so we have to bypass that, and that's what this wire is for. So that way we can penetrate and clean the anodized before we weld it, because you can't weld anodized.
people also wanted to hear about the risk of the laser and the beam bouncing back.
Don't stand in front of the laser. That is a good idea. I personally, when I weld, I do wear steel-toed shoes because there's a few times there's holes in these tables, and if you kind of go over an edge, every now and then something down below, you'll see it sizzle just a little bit. So yeah, anything that within this range, it's going to get sizzled. You do get refraction, where when you're welding on the material and it bounces back the actual laser beam, and that can get you a little bit. Thin gloves would probably be a good idea, but just make sure you hold the angle of the gun correctly, and then that's really not a problem.
For me, the gloves were a problem because I would accidentally be pulling the trigger when I didn't mean to, so it was actually safer for me to not even have the gloves because they were so big on my hands and I had more control of
the gun.
Yes.
Yeah, it does reduce your control and the slipperiness, and these are not, these are pretty expensive guns, so if it slips out of your hand while you're welding because the gloves are not nimble, I think it's more expensive to replace that than getting a sliver or something.
People were also curious, since this is not an enclosed space, is someone over there at risk of any of the refraction?
Consider it is a class 4 laser, so yeah, by manufacturer they do put in the safety protocols. The recommendation from the manufacturer is in an enclosed room with a single person. However, in the field, that's just not a practical thing. So yeah, we do have these, the red lines, and majority of the time there's nobody else in the shop while welding is going on, so that hasn't been an issue. But yeah, the bounce back, by the time it gets anywhere else in the room, that beam has spread so far, it's basically a sun ray at that point.
Okay, people were wondering about the times that you're welding without any wire feed, and they were saying that that's fusion, not welding.
If it sticks together, it's stuck together. But we do have the wire feeder here, and this plugs into the gun right there, and it will feed, so that way you have the two bases and then a medium in the middle. It's great for when you either have a gap in there. Actually, the majority of our welding is without wire, and sometimes the wire actually causes more problems than benefits. So.
They were asking, is this an ad?
No, but I do suggest IPG. It's a great product. We were one of the first ones to really have the 1500. And at the beginning, there were a few circuitry issues and they had to go back. They took care of it, and since they did their upgrades and learned from some of our experiences, we've not had an issue with these machines. The issue is the operator more so than anything else.
You're the problem.
I think you're showing yourself in this video too, right?
Yeah, this was a beginner video for me. So at the beginning, you see how bad it is.
But for a beginner, if you've done any kind of arc welding, well, that takes forever. You stick your thing on there, you're like, whoa, try to get that back off, and it's hard to learn how to really weld. The learning curve on these is tremendously lower. If you're looking for production, they are worth the cost of, the learning curve, and to be able to train somebody else. I believe in the video, Jason's showing Bell how to do a better job, and
he did quite a bit in the video. Not all of it made it in there. And so with the video, we used Paver Pals. That is normally the product that we make in here, or you make in here.
No, Jason makes.
Jason makes too. And one of the first ones we did was a messed up one, and that is what became our material holder.
Yeah, I welded that one incorrectly. We had a lot to learn. Our problem wasn't the welder itself, it was the anodized, and we weren't cleaning it up good enough. So as with any welding job, the more prep work you do on your material, the better your results is always going to be, even with a laser welder. So it doesn't help you cut short in your prep time.
All right, last thing, most people commented on this, they hated the music.
I don't even remember what music I used.
I thought it was what she used.
No, you made that one.
I made that one. They did not like my music, and I thought, whatever.
All right, I picked the music for this one, so if you hate it, let me know.
I don't even know the music on this one. If you feel like waltzing, then just keep playing the music.
All right, we're good.
Are we good?
Yeah.
All right. You did good.
There was there.